Hello everyone, this is Korean Billy.
Australian Walter.
American John.
South African Chantélle.
So today we're going to do web's most searched questions about the United States. You are going to represent the US this time. We're going to pick some questions and ask you
Oh boy.
about the US. Where were you born in the
I
US?
was born in a little place called Apple Valley, but most people will know it as the city that's near Los Angeles.
And let's get started.
Okay.
Are Americans...
There we go. Happy.
I'm gonna ask you a really hard question.
Okay.
Are Americans British?
We are ancient British colony. Actually, this is fun because Americans really feel like their identity doesn't come from birth or from blood, but from politics.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
we focus on politics as being American. We are Americans because we were born in America, chose to be American, immigrated to America, whatever. But the idea of America, the dream of America makes Americans. So yes, we're Irish, we're British, every nation of the world, but we're Americans.
I like that answer.
Wow.
I wasn't actually thinking that deep. I was just thinking.
Are Americans overworked?
The thing is Americans work a lot. Let's say it's a typical office job. After the 8 hours at the office, they go home, and for the next 4 to 5 hours, they work at home. So it's not that we are recording the overwork, it's that we're doing it on our own time, usually as a choice. So we're not getting paid for it, obviously, and we choose to work harder so we can get that promotion, that we can get that raise, so we can look better to our boss, etc., etc.
So would you say yes or no to that question?
Oh,
Yes or no?
mostly.
Mostly. I think there's a kind of image of like Wall Street when when it comes to like American workplace or somewhere. So
Yeah.
maybe that kind of
company
image.
life.
Yeah, that kind of image is really making people think people are really, really working hard.
Yes.
Very busy.
Yeah, and a lot of people are, and some people aren't. I didn't.
Done,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
What's this overwork?
Yeah.
Are Americans
No.
happy?
That's a hard
Yeah.
question as
It
well.
It's very philosophical.
Yeah.
But in the first place, why do people type this question?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was wondering.
This, I think, is an immigration question.
No, I get
They're
it.
like, what country should I go to? Well, America's big. Are Americans happy?
If
A
they
big,
are
long
happy,
answer.
I will be happy
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah, I think happiness is a choice, so Americans can be happy. But how do you measure happiness? Are you happy? Yes, no.
I'm very curious about the Google results.
Right? How about this? All Americans go down to the comments and say, I am happy or I am not happy.
Let us know if you are happy in the US. Are Americans allowed to travel to China?
Yes, we just need a visa.
Allowed in Russia?
Yeah, just need a visa.
Interesting fact. The American visa fees are more expensive than for South Africans.
Really?
If you go to China. And South Africans don't need a visa for Russia.
Are Americans allowed in North Korea?
Very special permission. There are a few.
If you
very
really
special.
want to go there, you can apply for
Yeah,
that.
yes, you can.
Didn't they change it after that one situation with a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Or-
right.
And
Or
didn't
one
the
year.
president
Yeah.
decide he's, ending
You
travel?
Could be right with that, but I know journalists,
They still
if
go.
they can even get accepted, can still go. As for everyday Americans, it's extremely hard. Yeah.
Why do Americans?
Why do Americans wear shoes in the house?
I didn't.
The US, right?
When I was a child, I did, but after a while, we stopped because it's dirty. When I moved away from my house and lived with roommates, we always took our shoes off all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. So it is really case by case.
Yeah.
However, the reason we wear shoes in the house, it's comfort. You can just walk in without having to take on or off. We like to go quickly. And the other thing, either you have wood or tile floors, which are easy to clean,
Yeah.
or carpet, which you just vacuum. So it's like not considered as dirty. Yeah, I think just taking off shoes, like my roommates forced me to do back in the day, is a better idea.
Why do Americans say herbs?
Herbs.
Do you say herbs?
Yeah, herbs.
Herbs.
Yeah, your herbs and spices. We don't say herbs.
Herbs.
But let's go back to the phonetics of the letter that we're talking about, which is omitted in the pronunciation herbs.
Yeah.
We don't say H, we say H. It has this harder sound.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that has to link with how we say herbs, but the H is silent. It just is.
Yeah, but to back you up, we say honest, right? We don't say
we do-
honest,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right, Walter.
yeah.
Our honest herb.
Why do Americans say mum, but you don't say mom?
Funny story, when a lot of Americans watch British television for the first time, especially there's a very famous show that recently came out, The Queen.
Crown?
The Crown, maybe?
About Queen
They
Elizabeth.
were saying, is he calling the Queen
Oh,
mom?
I heard about this. Yeah.
Why is he calling them, or Queen, whoever it was, why are they calling them mom? Because we hear M-A-A-M as mom in America. But we don't say mum. So we say mom, not mum.
Why do Americans call pizza pie?
Why is it a pie?
It's a pie. Pizza is a pie. A pie is bread, toppings,
No.
and a layer on top.
But a pie has got pastry, flaky.
That's true.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't agree. Pizza is not a pie. I was just
Yeah.
being antagonistic. Maybe they're talking about the Chicago style deep dish pizza. It does look quite like a pie shape.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day, because there was like meat pies and savory pies and sweet pies, pizza pie was just a variety of pie. That's my guess.
Don't worry, someone in the comment section will give you
Someone,
a history lesson.
yeah.
Someone's going to educate you.
Yeah. I've seen your dad comment a few
Hi,
times.
Dad. Tell us why it's pizza pie.
Why do Americans speak English?
But that is a very good question.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
There's so much Mexican influence.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And the French from the north.
Yeah.
And
French from the north.
Yeah.
New
Sounds
Orleans
so-
also had a strong
Right.
French, influence. So
Yeah.
it's actually a legit question.
This one is about history, and I think it's pretty simple. We were a British colony, of course, and we didn't get out of being a British colony until 1776. Basically, the strongest colony, the one who beat out the French, and Mexico, we pushed them out. And the Indians. Whatever you want to say about good or bad, we expanded from the northeast area, and we completely bought land and expanded until the west. The people who expanded were English speakers.
Wow.
Does America only have one national language?
No. America does not have a national language.
So there's no national
No
language.
national language. And don't comment that there is, because I know there isn't. Don't do it. We offered things only in English for a long time, but these days we're offering in many different languages. Thank you, people who did that.
Yeah.
And Spanish was one of the first to be offered. And Spanish is probably the second most spoken language in the U.S. Chinese might be pretty high too.
Why are Americans...
What?
Why are American eggs white and why are American eggshells white?
I have wondered that.
Yeah, well,
I've never
Ours
thought
are
about
not
that.
white. You have
Situation.
special chickens?
Yes, we do. They're not special. They're just a variety of chicken called Leghorns. And that species produces egg shells which are white, which I'm guessing both questions are the same question.
Yes.
Because American eggs inside are the same. Even though eggs are naturally white, they are considered less healthy than brown eggs.
Why?
Why?
I don't know why. I
Where's
think
the
there's
science?
there's no
it's
science
like
behind
white
this.
grains are considered unhealthy,
Exactly,
and
and
like
brown
whole
grains,
grains are
yeah.
usually brown.
So they're not bleached, and brown eggs don't have to be healthier.
Is the taste the same as
The
the
taste
brown
is
one?
the same.
Why American cars so big?
Americans love big things. It's just true.
It is true.
Our roads are wider. Our houses tend to be wider. Everything in America just tends to be bigger.
Starbucks is like a
venti.
no. It's bigger than a venti.
Trenta.
Yeah, it's
Trenta
bigger.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. All our drinks, our portion sizes are bigger. Everything's bigger. So cars are bigger too.
Is that why Apple is making like bigger and bigger iPhone? I
That's
want
a good
smaller
question
phone.
to
Yeah.
ask.
Why are Americans called Yankees?
Yes. I
Isn't
was
that sort
hoping
of
this
bad?
question. Yankees has no negative connotation in America. When Americans come to Korea and they say "Go home Yankee," you're just like,
incredible.
"Oh, yeah, I'm a Yankee. Haha. I like the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, haha." That's it. There's like no negativity feeling towards it until you live here longer and you're like, "Oh, they're using Yankee in a bad way."
Okay.
Yankees are the North, which won the Civil War. I believe the soldiers might be called Yankees, and it might have been derogatory at the time, but these days it's not. From there, you got your baseball teams called the New York Yankees. From there, it has a good connotation. You
We
call
say
someone a
Yanks as well. Like
Yanks does sound a bit negative.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
Yankees.
that's
Yeah.
meant in a negative
Yeah,
way.
but Yanks isn't said in the U.S.
Okay.
You always Yankees.
Why is North America?
Why is North America not an island?
About 60 million years ago, the tectonic plates are pushing South America up and over. So over time, they kind of bumped into each other. Some people in America do think of themselves as an island.
Why is North America colder than Europe?
I do see a lot of snowstorms in America.
It really depends on which place.
Yeah, like
you're in,
Norway and our Swedish region, Nordic regions, are generally colder than the US. Alaska's super cold, of course.
Yeah. But how cold can it be?
Super cold. Like it can get Arctic temperatures easily. Wow. But it's not sustained, it's just sometimes.
Why is North America considered Western?
In my thought, Western comes from Europe. Okay? So European areas, including Britain, were Western countries with Western philosophy, Western religion. And so when they colonized different areas, they became an extension of that Western.
So that comes from the Europeans' perspective.
Exactly. Because we're very far east or very far west.
Is America?
Is American an ethnicity?
No, it's not. We said a little bit before that America is an ideal or an idea. It's a philosophy. It's a dream. That type of sort of political thing. I don't mean political like left, right, but political just as in people gathering. Definitely, we're every race and region and people group.
Why is US? Why is US healthcare so expensive?
There's a lot of reasons why it's expensive. One is politics. There are maybe not as much agreement among people what healthcare should look like. Most of America's healthcare is privatized. There are few and small social systems such as Medicare. Obamacare is more like a type of shot at a social program for healthcare, but it just didn't pan out correctly.
How expensive can it be? Like, for example, when you have a bad cold and you want to get some medicine.
For me, I didn't have either good healthcare or any healthcare for most of my time in the US. And if I had a bad cold, I would go to a place called urgent care. There's these small clinics which take people who might not have a lot of money or just take people who need immediate but not emergency care. So I have a cold, pink eye, something like that, go in, automatically $100. Of course, in my area, it can vary. But in my area, automatically $100, and then any prescription after that for a cold, I don't know, like $20 or something like that. So not too terrible. But yeah, you're looking at a $120, $160 visit for a cold. I think here, my last one was $7, $8-ish.
It's much cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Why is
They
the
are
US drinking age 21? In South Africa, it's 18.
You know, in Australia, it's 18 too.
Did something happen in the US? Has it changed or something?
To make a long story short, this came after a longer process of compromising between US parties. In the 1920s, there was something called the Prohibition, which is alcohol was made illegal. There was something called the temperance movement. And America fought back. The majority of America said, no, we want our alcohol. That's where your speakeasies come from. That's where NASCAR came from. That whole temperance movement kind of solidified that part of America doesn't like drinking. Most of America does. So when it came to the drinking age, it used to be 18. And it used to be 16 in some places, but there was still this anti-alcohol sentiment that alcohol is a danger. So over time, it just kept raising until 21.
So alright, we've been looking at some web's most searched questions about the US.
I'm sorry for everything I got wrong.
So I think that's it for today, and if you want to check out my friend's YouTube channel, go check out Pagoda1, there's a link in the description box. And if you like this video, don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.